If we take a look at everything going on in the world and pay attention, we'll see that there are many potential issues that could cause the collapse. It could be conflict, disease, food shortages, and economic crisis, to name a few. It's more vital to prep now than ever before. So we're going to take a look at some items that will help you and your family survive after SHTF. Vegetable seeds. Growing your own food will give you a huge advantage over everyone else who will probably have a limited food supply. Seeds will be vital because they may be the only thing keeping you and your family from going hungry when you run out of your food stockpile. Make sure to learn about gardening and plant your seeds in advance. Don't think you're just going to start planting seeds after the collapse and you'll get food right away. It's a process. Seeds will also make a valuable bartering item that everyone will want, so it'll be able to get you some good stuff during a trade. After the collapse, if you've grown an abundant supply of food and have more than enough to feed your family, you can preserve the extra vegetables or even use them for bartering, because we know most other people won't be prepared and will need food. Seeds will be one of the most scarce and valuable items after SHTF. Gloves. You never know what kind of situations you're going to get into. You could be climbing fences, getting into fights, handling rusted and damaged metal, splinters, bacteria, and so many other possible hazards, so you need to protect your hands. If you hurt your hands, you'll basically become useless. You won't be able to protect your family and go out and procure resources. So take this seriously and get some good quality gloves. You can get mechanics gloves, tactical gloves, and hard knuckle gloves to protect your hands from impact. Buy the ones you prefer. Just make sure that they have a good balance between protection and functionality. They can't be so thin that they don't protect your hands, and they can't be so thick that you aren't able to do smaller tasks like loading your mags. So test them out before you use them during SHTF. If you have an apocalypse squad, keep some extra pairs for them as well. Baofeng radio. This will be important, especially if you have a group. Communication is everything. Whether you're the leader of your group and you're giving them instructions, or maybe you're out hunting for food, or you're keeping watch over your camp and you see something suspicious, you need to have some way to communicate. Now, every time I show electronic devices of any kind, I get comments telling me that there will be no way to charge stuff after the collapse and electronics are useless. But I'm guessing those people haven't heard of solar chargers and solar generators. Yes, solar generators are expensive, but for USB rechargeable devices, just get one of these folding solar panels. They work well and are usually under $150. A wristwatch. Now, most people will think of this as a useless piece of gear that's not needed for survival, but telling time is important now, and it'll continue to be important after the collapse. You could use it to keep track of cooking and baking times, how long you've had a tourniquet on someone, keeping track of how often you're changing someone's bandages. If there's a certain medicine you need to take every 8 hours, the watch will help you keep track of that. Say you have a prepper group that you decided with them beforehand you're going to meet up at a specific spot at a specific time. You need your watch for that. I could go on and on, but you get the idea. You need a watch. The same way you need a watch, other people will need one too. So if you have an extra watch or two and you don't mind trading it, this could possibly fetch you a lot of goods during a trade. A metal canteen cup. The thing I like about these is that they're small enough to keep in a backpack, or they can be hooked around a belt clip. You need these to boil water and make it drinkable. They're also wide enough that you can cook small meals in here like beans, stews, soups, and other stuff. And because they're wide, they're really easy to clean. You can get these at army surplus stores or survival websites in a set with the water bottle and a case, or you can just get the canteen cup itself for less than $20. Everybody should have one in their bug out bag or survival kit. The other thing I like about them is that they're extremely durable. You can throw them around and they'll still last forever. For under $20, you really can't go wrong. Another good item to have is cash. This will be able to get you some last-minute emergency items early on in the collapse. In today's world, everyone is about cards, Apple Pay, e-transfers, and electronic transactions. And the mindset people have is that if they need cash, they'll just go to the bank. But banks will be overrun during major emergencies and will most likely close their doors if things get too crazy. Also, you should know that banks don't keep enough cash on hand for everyone to withdraw all their money. Even if the bank has enough cash, what will you do if one of our enemies does a cyber attack which shuts everything down? Or if there's a nationwide blackout? These are all important things to keep in mind. I remember a few years back we had a power outage in my area and none of the homes or stores had power. The big box stores were closed down, but there was a mom and pop shop near my house, and there was an old man who owned the shop that had set up a bunch of candles everywhere inside the store and was still open. The grocery products were more expensive than the big stores, but people were buying all types of grocery items with cash, and the old man and his wife were smiling and were really happy to have customers. It was really a sight to see. Now, the question is, how much cash should you have? I saw one YouTuber telling people that they need to have 10,000 in cash on hand, and it really showed how out of touch with reality they really are. I don't think the average person in the current economy has $10,000 that they can just withdraw out of their bank and keep on hand for emergencies, but maybe I'm wrong. If I am, let me know. I think you should have whatever you can comfortably put aside, but a good amount to get some emergency supplies would be about 200 to 500 bucks, or again, whatever you can afford. Military can openers. Now, everyone is stockpiling canned food, but sometimes people forget that if the power is out and you don't have a generator, you won't be able to plug in your electronic can opener, and you definitely won't have it with you in a bug out scenario. So make sure to keep a few military can openers at home and in your survival kits and bug out bags. That's all for today. I really appreciate all of you for making it to the end. If you found the video useful and want to see more, hit the like button and click subscribe. Also, comment down below if you have some good ideas on what people should be stockpiling right now. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.